Stopmotion. The possibilities of technology are expanding, and 3D printing is becoming more and more popular. New technologies and new materials are being introduced to 3D printing every day. From building huge houses, to dresses, to small details of stop-motion puppets. As technologies have been expanding, people have started to use 3D printing in animation. We can see this in movies such as Coraline.
There's one tiny little thing we need to do. Black is traditional.
And the Box Trolls.
Box Troll, come out, come out!
No more hiding, right?
Here we have some footage showing us how 3D printing has been used in the making of a recent movie called The Pirates, A Band of Misfits. It makes the whole pre-production process a lot faster, as no clay models and casts have to be created. However, as you can see, the pre-production team still spend a lot of time in the preparation. Looking at this 3D printing, I decided to try it out myself. I designed a character head in Tinkercad and printed it with an FDM printer. The printer prints layers with filament plastic. However, here we have Kevin explaining just exactly how this printer works.
Okay, so what we've got here is a 3D printer. We've been designing some body parts for our animated characters to print using this printer. So the first stage of that obviously is creating the 3D model, which we've been doing in various packages. Simplest one is Tinkercad, which you can do through a web page, or you can use something like Maya or Fusion 360 if you want to do something more complex. Once we've got that 3D model, we can export it, and then we import it into our piece of software called Cura. Cura is our 3D slicing software, and that converts the 3D model into printable slices. And as you see from the 3D printer, the way that this 3D printer works is it prints one layer at a time. So it starts with the bed, the print bed, right at the top, next to where the extrusion head is here, the printer head. It then prints the bottom layer and then moves the bed down one layer and then prints the next layer and repeats this until it gets right to the top and finishes the process. This printer here is a FDM printer which uses filament, which comes from the back of the machine at the back here. We've got a spool like this at the back. It then sends the filament through the Bowden tube, and then it goes to the print head where it melts it at the nozzle, and then it extrudes it as a liquid filament, and then prints the layer using that. Okay. To prepare the print, we can use some spray or some glue to prepare the print bed so that it's a bit sticky, and so that as it moves up and down, the print doesn't move, and it hopefully creates it in the best quality it possibly can. That's about it.
After printing my design, I needed to make an armature. I decided to make one out of wire and tape, as they are sturdy materials which will also allow movement of the puppet and attachment of the 3D elements. Of the FDM printer, which uses support scaffolding in the printing process, there is a lot of cleaning up after the prints. As you can see, a lot of filing, cutting and sandpapering takes place. I primed the 3D print with a special undercoat paint and set off with the painting process. I based the character on my younger sister, so I used her colour scheme as a guide to create a puppet which looks just like her. In the meantime, I also created clothes for the puppet. and finally put all the elements together onto the metal armature. It was a lengthy process containing various elements, however the final outcome is definitely worth it.